Number 7. Redmi Note 8. Redmi Note 8, 4GB RAM, 64GB, price in India starts from 11,999 rupees. The lowest price of Redmi Note 8, 4GB RAM, 64GB, is 11,999 rupees at Amazon on 9 June 2020. This smartphone is available in two other variants like 3GB RAM plus 32GB storage, 6GB RAM plus 128GB storage with color options like Moonlight White, Neptune Blue, Space Black, Cosmic Purple, Emerald Green, Ruby Red, Sapphire Blue, and White.
Number 6. Samsung Galaxy M21. The Samsung Galaxy is yet another smartphone to join the Galaxy M series. It brings some of the key features that the Galaxy M series is known for. The smartphone packs in a 6.4-inch AMOLED display that isn't very common at this price point. It has a vivid output and very good viewing angles. Samsung has made the Galaxy M21 out of plastic to keep the price of the smartphone in the affordable segment. The highlight of the Galaxy M21 is the massive 6000 mAh battery that helps it deliver great battery life. One downside is that the charging time is longer, which could get annoying. Powering the smartphone is an Exynos 9611 SoC that is capable of delivering decent performance. It is available in 4GB and 6GB RAM variants. It also comes in 64GB and 128GB storage variants. The Galaxy M21 sports a triple camera setup, with the highlight being the 48-megapixel primary scanner. The camera clicks good photos during the day, but low-light camera performance takes a hit. Video performance is below average. Overall camera performance is below average compared to the other phones at this price.
Number 5. Vivo U20. The Vivo U20 is from the online exclusive U series from Vivo. The Vivo U20 sports a 6.53-inch IPS LCD display with a dewdrop notch at the top. It has a full HD plus resolution and a screen-to-body ratio of 90.3%. The phone is a tad bulky at 193G, which is mainly down to the 5000 mAh battery that it packs. Powering the Vivo U20 is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 SoC, and it is offered with 4GB RAM and 6GB RAM variants. Storage for both these variants remains the same at 64GB, which is further expandable up to 256GB via a micro SD card slot. The smartphone is available in Racing Black and Blaze Blue color variants. In the box, the smartphone comes with an 18W fast charger, which helps top the device quickly. Vivo ships the U20 with FunTouch OS 9.2 running on top of Android 9. It does get a fair amount of bloatware pre-installed on the smartphone. The Vivo U20 has a triple camera setup at the back, consisting of a 16-megapixel primary camera, an 8-megapixel super wide-angle camera, and a 2-megapixel macro camera. For selfies, it has a 16-megapixel selfie shooter. It clicks decent photos in daylight, but low-light camera isn't great. Number 4. Realme Narzo 10. The Realme Narzo 10 is a low-cost phone that claims to offer a great experience for young gamers thanks to the MediaTek Helio G80 SoC. It has an interesting look with subtle stripes down the back that appear to shift as you turn the phone under the light. It feels well built but is a little heavy thanks to the 5000 mAh battery. The 6.5-inch display is quite good and the HD resolution won't stress the processor too much, but some might prefer a crisper Full HD panel at this price. There are no variants, so you can only get this phone with 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage in India. Gaming performance is quite good, though we did feel the upper rear get a bit warm while playing heavy games. Battery life is excellent and you can get well over a day of usage out of each charge. The cameras are largely average, with the primary one doing well in the daytime but the wide-angle and macro cameras feeling a little subpar. Low-light photography isn't great, and video is also limited in quality. Number 3. Vivo Z1 Pro. Vivo's new Z1 Pro is aimed at millennials who are highly critical of specifications and features, and who prefer buying phones online. It has plenty of selling points, including a large, crisp, notchless screen with a punch hole for the front camera. This is also the first phone in India to feature the Qualcomm Snapdragon 712 processor, which gives it a performance advantage at its price level, especially for gaming. There's a 5000 mAh battery with support for quick charging, and 3 rear cameras. There are 3 variants: 4GB RAM with 64GB storage, 6GB RAM with 64GB storage, and 6GB RAM with 128GB storage. You can also choose between the shiny Sonic Blue and Sonic Black finishes. The Vivo Z1 Pro puts up a strong showing in terms of its display, cameras, processor, and battery. We enjoyed using it for everyday tasks as well as entertainment. One slight damper is that Vivo's FunTouch OS takes a bit of getting used to, and has a lot of bloat. Some people might find this phone too bulky and heavy, but it's priced very well and offers great value even compared to other heavyweights in its segment. Number 2, Redmi Note 9 Pro. The Redmi Note 9 Pro has a lower starting price than its predecessors, but also doesn't offer all the modern features that you might expect. It has a 6.67-inch LCD screen with a 60 Hz refresh rate and hole-punch front camera at the top. The processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G, which is surprisingly powerful for this segment. You also get a 5020 mAh battery and support for 18W fast charging. The Redmi Note 9 Pro is powerful and everyday work will go smoothly. The display is large and crisp, making games and movies look good. You have a choice between variants, one with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, and the other with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. The 48-megapixel primary camera was slightly disappointing overall, particularly in low light. There's also an 8-megapixel wide-angle camera, a 5-megapixel macro camera, and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. On the front you get a 16-megapixel selfie camera. Number 1, Realme 6. Realme 6 smartphone was launched on 5 March 2020. The phone comes with a 6.50-inch touchscreen display with a resolution of 1080x2400 pixels and an aspect ratio of 20:9. Realme 6 is powered by a 2.05 GHz octa-core MediaTek Helio G9 OT processor. It comes with 4GB of RAM. The Realme 6 runs Android 10 and is powered by a 4300 mAh non-removable battery. The Realme 6 supports proprietary fast charging. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Realme 6 on the rear packs a 64-megapixel primary camera with an f1.8 aperture, a second 8-megapixel camera with an f2.3 aperture, a third 2-megapixel camera with an f2.4 aperture and a fourth 2-megapixel camera with an f2.4 aperture. The rear camera setup has autofocus. It sports a 16-megapixel camera on the front for selfies, with an f2.0 aperture. The Realme 6 runs Realme UI based on Android 10 and packs 64GB of inbuilt storage that can be expanded via micro SD card, up to 256GB, with a dedicated slot. The Realme 6 is a dual SIM, GSM and GSM, smartphone that accepts nano SIM and nano SIM cards. The Realme 6 measures 162.10 by 74.80 by 9.60 mm, height x width x thickness, and weighs 191.00 grams. It was launched in Comet White and Comet Blue colors. Connectivity options on the Realme 6 include Wi-Fi 802.11a, B/G, N, AC, GPS, Bluetooth V5.00, USB Type-C, 3G, and 4G, with support for Band 40 used by some LTE networks in India, with active 4G on both SIM cards. Sensors on the phone include accelerometer, ambient light sensor, compass, magnetometer, gyroscope, proximity sensor, and fingerprint sensor. As of 9th June 2020, Realme 6 price in India starts at Rs. 13,980.